And when I tell you the fucking end's coming, the tsunami's coming, I know what I'm talking about. And you're not prepared. I'm telling you, there is a black swan event coming. I don't know if we're going to war with Putin. I don't know if another corona is going to come out that is not curable. I don't know whether the Federal Reserve is going to finally implode. I don't know what it is, but it's coming. Because every massive bull market needs to find an excuse to correct. And even though we had a recession that only lasted 70 days or 80 days or whatever it was, last year, the market is way overvalued. And the big smart money, if you follow it, which you don't, 95% of them have all taken money off the table. In other words, taken a lot of profits. And they're working with the money that they earned. Back in 2017, December 2017, when Bitfuck got up to $17,000, I said, this is the top of the market for right now. Sell half, keep half, is what I told everybody. Nobody listened. Not one motherfucker listened to me. But in the 7 recessions that I've been through, which coincidentally in the 7 decades that I've been successful, there has been a correction, there's gonna be one, and I don't know what it is. I thought for a moment when supposedly the Ruskies supposedly shot at the British ship, supposedly in the last 2-3 days, I thought that was it. And I said, oh my God, we got to get the slide out now. I'm gonna miss the fucking, I'm gonna miss the war. But it didn't happen, so I dodged that one. But something like that's gonna happen. And everybody in this room almost is gonna get wiped out. My background is I used to be a Dow theorist. I used to be a gold bug. I was one of the first individuals on the Chicago Board of Option Exchange. I used to trade commodities. There's not one facet of the financial services that I have not been a part of. In some ways, I've got a lot of experience. And when I tell you the fucking end's coming, the tsunami's coming, I know what I'm talking about. And you're not prepared. Margin debt at an all-time high. You borrow to buy stocks. Most people don't realize that don't own Bitfuck, you can leverage it 95%. And that's why the swings are so great in the price of Bitcoin. Because when you borrow 95 cents on the dollar and it drops $10, you got to come up with equity. You've got to come up with more money, more rubles, more shekels, more pounds, more euros. There are kids that are teaching seminars now that are collecting money from you that say that the new is we're never going to have recessions anymore. We're never going to have bear markets anymore. And we're going to borrow until we all drop dead. Not true. Not true. Most people that lose money have done it because of a poor risk assessment. You don't know how to assess risk. Do you realize 87% of all the money managed on the planet, many trillions, is managed by people under 30 years old? 87% of all the money managed is managed by dipshits under 30 years old. Do you want somebody 28, 27 years old managing your fucking assets? I certainly hope not.
We talk about this a lot in Bitcoin circles. Bitcoiners are very adversarial thinking. That's kind of in the ethos of the cypherpunk tradition. What's funny about it though is you ask yourself this question and you research and you study for thousands of hours, and the best answer we've come up with so far is a black swan event. There's just something which by definition is an unknown, right? I can't even tell you what it would be because then it wouldn't be a black swan. This could be something in the protocol layer. We could break elliptic curve cryptography. There could be some cosmological event, maybe that did an electromagnetic pulse and wiped out everything electronic in the world for a long period of time. All of these things are real threats. The number one known unknown is, in my opinion, just the response of the state. How hard are they going to come down on this thing? We saw Executive Order 6102 back in the 30s, where they outlawed the private ownership of gold. That was done under threat of imprisonment and fine, but the actual enforcement tended to be focused on centralized custodians. So they weren't going door to door and telling people to give them gold. They were just going to where people custodied their gold and confiscating it. all of these enforcement measures are much more difficult on a Bitcoin standard. I mean, you just can't, like, you can actually just put Bitcoin on your brain and go anywhere in the world, right? Or if you're holding it in multi-sig, as we touched on earlier, can't be confiscated forcibly. You have plausible deniability. So what would cause me to change the tune that I'm singing about Bitcoin? It would have to be the realization of some type of black swan that just radically depressed the hash rate. The hash rate is, how much energy and capital is being allocated towards Bitcoin production and security, which I would expect that to be reflected in price. And, I don't know, it would take a heck of a beating, because right now Bitcoin is far and away the most secure computing network in human history. We saw China outlaw Bitcoin mining a few months ago. The hash rate took a huge drop, 40%, and it's since over its original high point where it was before the China mining ban. So it's already, Bitcoin mining has proven itself to be extremely formless in a way. Kind of, it's an amorphous target, because if you try to clamp down on these mining operations, these are just modular miners, right? They just get boxed up, shipped to another jurisdiction, and plugged back in. That's exactly what we saw with the China mining ban. So if the largest, most violent and centralized police state in the world can't stop Bitcoin mining, I'm not confident any other government can.